Hi, we are
Behind the easel.
with us, artist Nilanjan Guha is here. So now he's a professional artist here, he's a watercolor artist. We want to know about you and your professional and how your journey started. If you can say something to us, it will be really wonderful. So
Thank you very much for inviting me for this program today. I brought up in Kolkata and I studied and my academic career entirely in Kolkata. So basically I am a polymer engineer and marketing MBA. I am a polymer professional also. At present I am working with the ONGC Group Company, Bangalore Refinery and Petrochemicals Limited as a general manager.
Okay.
But apart from that profession, I just get into the art field almost 10 years back. I started, I have some interest and passion about the art field. And being in Bengali, we have so many, always give a lot of emphasis on the extracurricular activities. So like all other kids, we used to go to the painting classes. So I learned a little bit of painting in an institute called Arvind Ashram in our childhood days. And our teacher was one of the very famous artists, Lal Mohan Roy.
Okay.
So I learned a little bit of watercolors, and the beauty of that part of the education as in art field is that our sir did not teach us particularly any subjects. We let us try to exfoliate you to develop our own subjects, so we can paint whatever we wish and we can develop the colors. So that gives some originality in our work from the base, I believe. So then what happens that was one stage, and when I came to Bangalore almost 10 years back, I again started practicing the watercolors. Slowly I built up the whatever the skills, basic skills required for the watercolors. And my main area of interest in watercolor is landscapes and cityscapes, oceanscapes. That is, I want to play with the colors, with the nature. Nature is my inspiration. So what is in front of me in a nature, that's in the impressionistic way, I want to represent that painting. So that is the start. So last 10 years was I consolidated my things in this art field. I started exhibiting the works in various forums. I have exhibitions, I participated exhibition in Delhi. We have already 3-4 major group exhibitions happened in Bangalore. I had my first solo exhibition in 2019 in Chitragala Parishad.
Okay.
And apart from that, almost 8-9 exhibitions I have participated, though in between there was a big gap due to the COVID. So there was a long gap, but now again we started participating. And in this gallery, there was an inaugural exhibition happened in last year probably, and I was one of the participant artists in that inaugural exhibitions. So what happened that when I came to Bangalore and being a landscapist and cityscapist, I used to paint every day on various affairs, what is happening in front of me in the city. Now I initially made 1 or 2 paintings on Bangalore. Then that makes me very interested. I found that it is a beautiful way I can explore this city. And slowly, as I spend 10 years time in this, it is also getting my city that we call as a Namma city. So I started exploring more and more about this city, and I fallen more in love into this city. So I thought how better I can explore this Bangalore for my art, and I want to represent what I see happening. Like a photographer, I want to put that situation through my art. So initially what we do, just generally we go to the eminent places. We used to paint the beautiful places, and the emphasis is more on the art. But slowly my objective got changed, and I thought how I can represent with my art in the background. So then I thought, okay, I should explore more street affairs, day-to-day affairs. We may not actually notice that it is happening in front of eyes, but as an artist, as an explorer, I started picking up that subject, and for that I required more in-depth touring of the city, spending time in the city. Some people think it's unnecessarily, maybe this guy is traveling by car or scooter or by cycle or walking. Many times I did not have any purpose, just I used to roam around the city. I circle the city throughout the outer ring road, suddenly get into the city part of the localities, just
So you are doing a life study basically.
life study as well as picking up the concept. That is important.
Yeah.
Life study and etc. is the skill part that I am sitting over there, and I am whatever in front of me, I am painting it. But at the same time, the feeling of that particular time should be recorded. See, my target of doing these landscapes, I always do not have any objectives to make only the beautiful paintings, because when we do only give emphasis on the beautiful paintings, you generally do a lot of compositions. You have to remove the certain objects or add little objects. You make it more like different lines. My target is not that. See, if I go to a particular place and how I saw that place, that makes me that actually interesting for me, and I want to represent that situation, that this is one of the situation happening in that part and that time, and I want to pick up that exact condition. It may be chaotic, it may be a clutter, but I am not afraid of that, doing a cluttered painting. I'm not afraid of doing a chaotic painting.
Exactly.
Because that chaos is there, that chaos is natural. So I want to pick up that natural subjects into my painting. So all this paintings, I am displaying, which is my last 4 to 5 years work on Bangalore and part of the places like Karnataka. I visited. We have a painting trip towards Mysore and Mangalore. So when I have my company registered office in Mangalore, so we have to visit a lot to the office, and anytime I come in the morning before the working hours, in the morning session or in the evening session, I roam around the local places. You can see some of the very local villages in that part of Karnataka. It is a very other type of beauty is there. So I just try to pick up the feel of each and every locations. For me, the incorporating the feel into the painting is more important rather than just doing a very beautiful painting. So I just want to convey the feel part of the locations of that particular places through my painting. By creating that kind of a mood, by varying the colors, by carrying the lights and shadows, and putting some different kind of people, human being, animals. So exactly you see that what could be the situation in that. If you say go to the very early morning, you are visiting the Bangalore. So if you go to places like Cubban Park or the Race Course Road or some MG Road, what could be the situation? How you get a feel, say what type of environment used to be there. So I was just trying to record that feel factor in my painting.
So while doing that, do you face any kind of difficulties? Like, they here in Bangalore, when we go out and do painting, so people might approach you or say, why you are sitting here and why you are doing any such kind of situation you faced it on. People are really welcomed you and allow you to sit there and do the painting. Yes,
I feel that Bangalore as such, the local person, the normal person is very encouraging towards the painting. So initially, if you are able to convey that what you are actually doing, and they quickly understand it. Because say for this type of painting, I have to do a lot of research. I have to take a lot of photos. I have to go different local areas.
Exactly.
And people approach me that why you are taking photos, what are the purpose of the photos. Then I said that I'm a painter and I want to represent this part in my painting. And I showed some of the painting, and suddenly they become very good friends, and they are actually scrolling through my mobile phone to see all the paintings there only. And they are very encouraging, and they say, "Sir, you please make it."
Yeah.
You just, and they are started giving me more informations. Sir, I understand it. They are normal shopkeepers, they are normal road vendors, they are normal kids. They try to give me the directions. Sir, you please come here. I will show you some other location which is interesting for you.
Exactly.
I was painting one day near Anandrao Circle, just under the flyover. And that time I was touring the cycle, and I have arranged my cycle with all the painting kits. I can carry my painting kits in that fashion. And then what happened that I started painting, and suddenly I was surrounded by so many kids, and they wanted a promise that I would come next Sunday also. I'll paint there, so they will come and join and see the painting. And it was an immense joy that gives you more pleasure and more satisfaction than probably selling a painting. So that keeps actually asking for a promise that, "Sir, are you going to come next Sunday? We'll be all here." So when I missed the next Sunday, actually I felt very bad that I could not go actually. So it was my mind. So it is a very encouraging city as far as the art is concerned. People do understand Chitra, that what they call Chitra. So the art, color, so they understand, even the local person, and they're very encouraging.
Good. Another thing, how you are managing with your work and your passion, both go together, how you are managing it.
See, it's all about the word called love.
Yeah.
The word called passion. And if you love it, anything, you will make it happen. So people do wonders for their word love. Say they put their life for their love. So I am just doing a painting. So it is not a big ask. So it is a very simple thing that if you have a particular goal and if you have love, then you will never get tired. See, if it is only for the money you are doing, if you're doing only for some particular interest, then you will get tired and you may get exhausted. But when it is pure love, you will never leave it. Because the energy you require, it comes automatically. See, many times it happens that I paint entire night because my wish I am not achieving. So I am trying one after one painting, half painting I am doing, and then tearing it off, throwing it in the dustbin, again roaming around, and again started painting. Probably at 5 o'clock, 5:30, I could make some of the things which I want. But what happens by the time I should be ready for my job, the morning is always there, my kids are there, they have to go to the school. So that is a sacrifice. So sacrifice nothing will happen without sacrifice. Whatever we do, if we do in life with a passion and we have something we want very badly, we have to sacrifice something.
Definitely.
And that sacrifice we do with pleasure. We have no complaints that we are sacrificing. But when we are forced, then that kind of sacrifice people tell that, okay, that is an obligation. But otherwise it is, you are ready to sacrifice because you really want it to happen.
Yeah, correct. Absolutely. And what do you want to tell to your viewers, next generation? They can learn something from you. It's a wonderful painting which I see. I'm also from my art background. So watercolor, in Calcutta, we start with watercolor, then we go to the higher end, oil and all of that at the end. Correct. So you have performed such a wonderful work. So what's your, to saying to our viewers? And
the thing is that I consider myself very lucky because I brought up in a city is Kolkata, and is one of the cultural capital of India. So not only the art, it's is famous for other form of art or creativity, dancing,
Natak,
drama, cinema. You will find stalwarts everywhere. You just who's who.
Absolutely.
So the thing is that we all brought up in that environment. I used to tell people that in our time, I born in 77. In our time, if you go past through the small streets of Kolkata in the evening time, you will hear the riwaj from every houses. There's some small kid singing, someone is playing tabla, and the evening practicing this kind of activities.
Absolutely.
So then the other artist comes. It is quite natural. So one thing is there. And secondly, when I come to Bangalore, I found it has a perfect environment for encouraging the budding artist. See, the thing is that the word encouragement is very important. So you have to give a lot of encouragement. Otherwise, without encouragement, artists cannot grow. So when I started painting, I am probably, it's natural that I am not painting like this. It's maybe a very beginner stage, but I got some appreciation from my viewers that they found that there is a potential in me doing better in coming days.
Exactly.
So it is just a continuous process or ongoing process of development, because art is an expression. The expression change with time. What are the expression or feel factor I have 10 years back may not be I have quite a bit. Say if you see the 2019 onwards, the painting I have published here, you see some changes in these 3-4 years. Maybe down for another 5-6 years, my thought process, my approach towards the painting may change also.
Absolutely.
So, and I welcome that change. I want that change happens. I want everything to be natural. I don't want to force anything, and that is the way I paint. I paint every day, putting colors and the things, and I see that how the paper reacts to the subject, how the colors reacting, and then I take the next steps. So this brings quite the natural things in painting. I don't want to force a painting. So that natural thing always, obviously, what happens gives you a own style. Now, many people say that, sir, how can I develop my own style?
Exactly.
So there is no formula to that you can build up your own style. It should come automatically. And how it comes, because every person is different. And we have different thought process. We have different understanding. We have different lacunas, strength, weakness. So all that mixes together in us, and that coming out as an expression. So when we encourage the natural outcome, automatically the style will come. When we try to suppress it with lot of techniques and other things, then what happens is there will be a little difficult. So it will come little late. So once that, anytime, see, when we reach that understanding level, we don't know. Say for example, we are learning the bicycle. Every time when we start, we fall. When the balance will come, you never know. Someone get the balance in 1 day, someone get the balance in 6 days, someone get the balance never. So it may happen. So this is a creative world. So when it is a creative world, let us treat this as a creative world. Say engineering, the creativity is different, but that starts with a formula. But here also there is some basic skills. You have to learn that how the oil painting to be done, what are the basic requirements. Because if you know the basic, you can convert from the basic from different deviations. Then it will be a known deviation. You exactly want that deviation. But if you don't know, then you cannot do it in future.
Absolutely correct.
So that is the thing that all of us should know some basic things. There are self-taught. There is nothing called actually self-taught. Say that is you are supposed to as you self-taught means you don't have a particular teacher. But actually you are learning from everyone. Without learning, you cannot do. So if you see my inauguration, that's why I invited all of the people whom I met in last 8 years here as a chief guest, because I learned everything, a small thing.
Exactly. You're still learning.
You're still learning. So learning, no one can say it is I taught myself. It is I don't believe in this word. I learn from everyone. That's my idea. So we should learn, and we should apply. We put some of our individual field path into that, and that will make better creativity, what I believe.
And one other thing, what I feel like, everybody has to practice every day.
Yes.
So then only we will be coming through with our skill. Otherwise, it's going to die off.
Exactly. So see that what we mean by the practice. We should be into that environment of art. See, everything we do, we don't study for 1 month, we are out of studies. If we don't go to office for 1 month, we are out of office.
Absolutely.
So if we are out of art for 1 day, we are out of art. The artist has to be, it's not a day. Every moment we should live like an artist.
Exactly.
See, you thought, why you're an artist? You're a very different creature. You are a different animal in this nature. So what happens that every time what you think, what you say, what you see, what you feel should be like an artist. It doesn't matter that you are an engineer or you are a doctor, you are a lawyer, but you can put your artistic things in every work. So what I feel that doing a painting is only not makes you an artist, but think like an artist, think about art, think about creativity actually make you an artist, even if you don't do that.
Absolutely, you're correct. Nilanjan, we are really happy to have you here. Okay, so at Atelier, our company is really happy. And here we are ending our program. So please come and visit his artwork, and it will be really good. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.